Hey, I'm Michael Smith, CEO of Bluefield Realty Group, and last week we talked about the difference between customer service and client service. Well, this week we're going a little bit deeper into client level service to discuss the three different types of agency here in South Carolina. So the first and most common type of agency here in South Carolina is called single agency. That's where the real estate company has one client in the transaction, either the buyer or the seller. In that scenario, they really have their client's best interest in mind because that is their only client that they're representing. Now, every once in a while, we find ourselves in a situation where the real estate agent is representing both the buyer and seller in the transaction. This is what we call dual agency. And the way I like to explain it, as a single agent, they're really your coach. They're in your corner looking out for your best interest. But as a dual agent, the agent really has to take a step backward and act as more of a referee than a coach. Their goal in that scenario is really to make sure that everyone is playing by the rules and everything is fair. Now, the third and final type of agency here in South Carolina is something we call designated agency. And this has a lot of similarities with dual agency. So in this scenario, you have one agent representing the buyer and one agent representing the seller, and those two agents both work under the same broker in charge for the same real estate company. So here at Bluefield Realty Group, if we had one of our agents representing the buyer and another agent representing the seller, I as the broker would not be able to pick sides. I would be the referee, but both of the agents would still be acting as coach, really looking out for the best interests of their individual clients. So just to recap, there are three different types of agency here in South Carolina: single agency, dual agency, and designated agency. And the big thing to remember is that as the consumer, it's totally your choice. It's the agent's responsibility to make sure that you're educated, you understand exactly what type of situation you're getting yourself into, and whether or not the agent is acting as your single, dual, or designated agent. Now, if you have questions about this or anything else related to real estate, feel free to call or email us, and one of our great agents will reach out, make sure we get all of your questions answered. At Bluefield Realty Group, we strive to be your guide through the real estate process, minimizing stress and maximizing results. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.